just broke the damage record on Venomancer up against a Faceless Void.
I'm sorry, that's Faith Beyond. Thank you very much.
To how they look to play together, because they are basically all their damage or all their lock.
Get your EXP. Wait for that level 3 spike. It feels a lot scarier coming out from Fnatic, although DJ is dropping low in this trade.
Is he winning this battle? He's trying to, but he gives up first blood. Whoa. Thank you, Jabs. That's exactly what we're all thinking. Well, that's what DJ's thinking, perhaps.
Now he has to smoke back to lane. And on the bright side against... Oh, God. Yeah, Whitemon's doing so much.
Oh, he'll die to creeps. DJ actually got the XP, so good news for him. He gets 2 classic mid laners, and so far it has been Lina getting, by far, the better of Armel's Queen of Pain. So Carl getting some revenge for last game now that he's on the Lina.
Yeah, just having a much stronger start, really using his range advantage. His wave
back top.
Quite well.
Vacuum into the cogs. They get on top of Whitemon, who does break out, but with the Iron Shell damage as well, they manage to get the kill. And DJ will get out A-OK.
You're pretty much set to go. You've got the vehicles on hand in the game. You can start running around at. T1 does rotate their supports onto mid, but so does Fnatic, cutting off those power runes. Armel not going to find his. Is taken by Whitemon.
He may get glimpsed back here. LSA waiting for him. And that's a kill. Carl. Happily taking that one with the Laguna Blade. Tried to get the high 5 out of it in the jungle. But it's bottom where T1 want to make their first move. They got that level 6 on DJ. They cogs in Cuckoo, who gets a spear out, but there's no counterplay, no TPs. T1 lose their Mars in the bottom.
Yeah, nice pick-off coming out for Fnatic.
Armel. Potential glimpse. LSA, is it time? You bet.
Yeah, the chain stuns. T1 just has a lot more control coming out. They can line up with a glimpse, drag in their Lina if they want to get that done. So, very static in terms of map control here, GoDz, but the economy is still going T1's way. They've got the better jungle stacks.
They're not done. They've now caught Carl in the Lina. The fear comes out from the Terrorize. The Sonic Wave follow-up. Carl still alive. He's going to turn and try to throw out some damage. And with the TP in from 23 Savage, they've got a Chronosphere if they need it. And Armel is going to be next to full. Fnatic get a bit overzealous looking for the Lina kill, and they're going to have Januel get glimpsed back in and Lagooned by Carl. 3 dead on the Fnatic side. T1 can get a Tier 1 mid tower to follow it up.
Bot lane being shoved in by T1 as well. Rotation's coming in for the defense.
Yeah, but T1 are smoking in with their Mars and Disruptors, so they have Static Storm, they have Arena, and they counterplay this one. They start things off with the Arena as Carl gets hook-shotted on. He's the bait here, but they're going to lose him to begin with. The Infest save is there, but DJ, still too much damage for him to deal with them. The Static Storm on the ground means Lifestealer could be in some trouble, can't get out of the kinetic field. Fnatic lose 2. Perhaps the right idea to start taking a fight and punishing this Lina, but Fnatic know where T1 are, and they are making their own moves. Smoked up behind the Tier 1 mid. They could see Carl in a second here. DJ goes running in, gets the hook shot to lead things off. Triple TP coming in, but T1 may lose this Lina before anything can be done. Gets pushed out of there. The overgrowth there as well. They need a bit more damage with the Leech Seed. Have they got Carl? You bet. Willow charging forward with the Bedlam, doing some good damage to counterplay this one. DJ now in some trouble with the Faceless Void there. Mask of Madness and a Chronosphere. Could look for this Jab's Darks here, but he's standing on top of the wall, daring the Faceless Void to come in and go on him. Blink out from Queen of Pain. Can Savage find the Chrono he's looking for? There's a Sonic Wave on top. Savage gets low. He can't time walk it off because of the Mask of Madness, but he is going to be okay. He'll survive his way through it.
Forward ward in the triangle, but not enough watching that top jungle. The hook's out.
Hook shot. And go in on the Dark Willow. Is the Iron Shell damage going to be enough inside the Shadow Realm? The Spear is there to push him away, and the Dark Willow will survive. Jabs, he's maybe overcommitted now as well. Tries to run his way out, but there was a glimpse as well as a maze.
Start with Overgrowth, much wider AoE. You can try to catch multiple heroes out and break it up. Armel.
He's in some trouble here. Speared into the Arena. Can he get this blink off? Not with the Void there for some extra time locks, and Fnatic are just bleeding kills one by one. They're being try and head that direction. T1 can take advantage. Oh, hookshot mid. They start things off. That's a BKB on the Mars. He does manage to barely get it off, as well as the Arena. He does end up dying to the Sonic Wave. Chronosphere on 3! All on the edge. Perfectly placed, but the Overgrowth is there to stop any damage coming out. 23 Savage has the follow-up from the Lina, though Carl finishes off the clockwork with the LSA onto the Lifestealer. They get the follow-up kill onto Raven. 2 down, and they want more. They're not done. Carl with the Yules into the LSA, but it's going to be dodged by Armel's BKB. And Armel's turning and fighting, doing what he can. Has a blink out, which he may just have to use because he is not winning this battle. as Jabs has been stunned up on the back lines. Caught by the root. Can he get out of this one with the surge? It looks unlikely, but he makes it out okay. Queen of Pain Armel needs to blink out as well, but gets hit by the bash right off the bat. Blinks back to the safety of his tier 2 tower, and meanwhile it's Januel running in, perhaps
taking these fights if you're Fnatic, because we've seen Savage, that 3-man chrono, it was big, there was no follow-up, but if he gets that in a much better fight, a much better lined-up fight for T1, that could really just change the game.
Yeah, the Lina did show up just at the end to do some damage here. Blink Spear in the mid lane. Pop gets caught before a BKB, but they get the vacuum. What a vacuum coming out as Armel looking to turn and fight now with his BKB Pop. They got another overgrowth on 23 Savage, who barely managed to time walk out. He keeps himself alive, and Carl on the front lines dishing out all the damage with the Lina. DJ goes down on the clockwork, and time perhaps to hightail it out of here as Fnatic Raven trying to surge his way out of there. Gets an Iron Shell, but they barely...
We'll have to do something about the high ground. They will force the smoke out. Aegis is still up for a minute here, so Carl can take point as much as he wants.
Yeah, he's not the target you want to go on, but they're looking for that infest in. DJ on the backlines. They get the Mars, but the force up is there to push him a bit further away. The overgrowth locks him in place. Can the lifesteal finish him off? Not with the Chrono, but the Sonic Wave will do the damage. Lifesteal is still alive and kicking for now, but his rage is worn off. He needs to get his BKB off, but the fear is stopping him. Gets the BKB off, but he's being bashed now by the Faceless Void. There's too many bashes. Oh, it was perma-bash, like 3 or 4 bashes just back to back.
They're still in the game. They are, you know, trying to find angles. Again, I think a lot of it still hangs onto Jabs with a good normal punch play. They are going to smoke out with Travels here.
Yeah, what can they find? Bottom lane, there's the punch with the Infest Bomb. The vacuum follow-up onto the wall. The Force Up's trying to save him. Nice attempt by Whitemon, but so hard to get him to face the right way. And now Whitemon going to look to get himself out of there. Does have the kinetic field, but Hookshot will find him.
Yeah, it's lining up. They managed to get some good punishment. Great
for the split push, and question is, what can Fnatic do to contest this one? Roshan already down to near half health. Blink in, Willow. Ooh, very aggressive move. Just get a ward on the high ground, but they immediately Infest Bomb on in. Willow does get the self-use off. That's going to keep her alive for a little bit longer. Gets into the Shadow Run with a nice Chronosphere. Catches DJ on the edge as well as the as well as the Lifesteal in the middle of it. Overgrowth comes in to buy some time, and now with the Static Storm on top of the Void, he's still going to go down to the Sonic Wave, but he gets the time walk off just barely at the end there. He survives through all the damage, and they kill the Lifestealer. Januel blinking onto the high ground gets off a sick Overgrowth, but it just wasn't enough to bring down the Void. All up to Armel, perhaps, with BKBs being used. His Shard could be the impact they need with that little bit of extra silence. Cuckoo gets off the BKB in the front, has a refresher for a second BKB and potential ultimate, but now Queen of Pain could be in some trouble. Playing in the middle of this fight, Januel blinks in onto the Treant Protector. They're trying to force this. Roshan faces Void. Time walks in, time walks back after getting the kill on Jabs. He goes back in once more. He wants Januel. This Void, he is just so elusive, so pesky. He's killed off 3, forcing out a buyback. The Queen of Pain gets glimpsed back and bursted down by the Laguna. T1 playing the perfect game of respawn time.
Yep. And T1, gonna go up.
Oh, Chronosphere. They jump in, they catch 2. That's the Queen of Pain with Jabs, and Jabs finally going to pop himself out there. He wants to face his Void. The Illusion's doing some really good damage here. He's locked in place. He's stunned. He gets hexed up. They bring down the Void. Quap with the buyback. He's looking to turn it around. Great clockwork initiation in the middle, but they're losing lives here. T1 are buying back, making sure they win this fight with Carl's damage. His Lina, just a machine gun turret in the back lines, bursting through Fnatic, despite the Void going down. It's Carl on the Lina, just doing insane damage.
Just so much output from that Lina at this point, with a Satanic, with a casual Crystallis, probably the full Daedalus coming out soon. And Savage, great Chrono to start off. He gets the big targets he wants. He cuts off Jabs from having that initiation. He did still get controlled up in the end, but had the gold for the buyback. They've got an opportunity for the high ground here. No buyback on any of these heroes that died. So our defense with just Treant and Quap, it's not going to be enough to stop this push coming out.
And late game Dota, I was talking about, usually you're holding those buybacks, but Fnatic saw an opening to buy some key items, a BKB on Clock, a Daedalus on Lifesteal, and said, we got to get these items to try and win this game, but now it may just be game over. T1 don't know these heroes don't have buybacks, but they are going to press the advantage and try and force them. They're going to catch the Queen of Pain bottom with the Static Storm. This may just be GG. It is. They call it. We're going to a game 3.
Oh, what a tight game. It was T1 in control for a very long time, but Fnatic weren't completely out. They had ways to play that. They had some good counter initiation. I think John Uel did a great job with the early overgrowths, and then down the line it was on to jabs with the blinks and normal punch, doing a lot of work with a hex as well to follow through. But that last fight was just unfortunate. T1